Celebrating our boy. This cutie boy.
Patrick LeVon Mahomes II officially turns 30 on September 17th. And as I reflect on Mahomes and how he just transformed Kansas City football, just think about what life was like as a Chiefs fan pre-Mahomes. A lot of hopes and dreams, tears and Kleenex. A lot of heartbreak. A lot of heartbreak, man. And I think that Mahomes has completely transformed and changed how we watch football and what football kind of means to Kansas City a little bit too. It's always meant a lot, but it's just cemented as people will call Kansas City a baseball town, and I'll be like, we like baseball. It's cool, but this is a football city. I think Mahomes definitely cemented that. But what will Patrick Mahomes' legacy be at the end of the day when it comes to the city of Kansas City? Like how much is it, at the end of the day, is he going to give back to the city? And he already has, man. His foundation does a lot. His partnerships with all the schools and all the non-for-profits, man, that in Kansas City that he's worked with, you know, his legacy might be unmatched. It might be up there with, you know, with Ollie Gates and Buck O'Neil and, you know, Satchel Paige and, you know, all the Kansas City greats that have been here. He's probably going to be at the top of the list, up there with George Brett. But I just remember when I first, I'm not going to say met Patrick Mahomes, but I'm going to say I first saw him. It had to be maybe a month and a half after the Chiefs have drafted him. And we're at KCI. Nobody knows who he is. He's with Kareem Hunt. And we're on the same flight to L.A. I said, nobody knows who this is? Are we serious right now? So, you know, me, I don't like to bombard people or smother people or even ask people for stuff or anything like that. But, you know, I saw them sitting down. I just kindly went up to both of them and be like, hey, you know, congratulations on the draft. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna kill it this year or whenever y'all start. You know, and they kind of, you know, like, yeah, man, we appreciate you, blase, blase. And I kept it moving. And mind you, this is like May of 2017, by the way. So, but he's always been incredibly humble, incredibly cool, nice, cordial. Whenever I've seen him in public or whenever I hear people talk about him when he's in public in Kansas City. But do you remember the first pass that we all went crazy for with Patrick Mahomes? It wasn't the regular season. It wasn't the postseason. It was the preseason in 2017. I think the Chiefs were playing the Titans. And there was a pass that he threw to DeMarcus Robinson that we could not believe. Like, we have never seen nobody make a pass like this before. I believe he escaped the sack, and then he started going to his right, and he threw it, and, you know, DeMarcus Robinson made a big, leap and catch, and that was just a glimpse of what we were going to experience with Patrick Mahomes, man. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm some sort of quarterback guru or anything. It was all feeling. It was 100% that with him. Whenever we first saw him on the field, whenever we saw him play against Denver, and then from 2018, it was up. It was up. And that was his most exciting season, by far. That was one of the most exciting seasons being a Chiefs fan, period. Back when the Chiefs were scoring points on points on points on points on points. You know, but seeing him with Tyreek Hill and that deep ball connection because of several years with Alex Smith trying to make that deep ball connection or lack thereof with Tyreek Hill, him and Tyreek, Mahomes and Tyreek just seemed like a perfect pair. And for a number of years, they low-key worked. 2018 was the most exciting, but his best season, to me, where he was his most complete, 2022. And that's why I thought that this year, in 2025, would be similar to that because of the loss of the Bengals that fueled him in that 22 season. But if you remember, he got the regular season MVP, he got the Super Bowl MVP, and the Super Bowl win. And with the injuries he was going through, you know, the offense had Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, MVS, Juju Smith-Schuster. Was McCole on that team? I can't remember if McCole was on that team or not. I think he was. But this was the first year without Tyreek Hill, too. So, you know, in that offseason, people was talking shit about Mahomes not being able to do nothing without Tyreek and this, that, and the third. He's going to Miami with the most accurate quarterback he'd have ever played with in Tua. Okay, cool. I'm going to just go out and win the MVP, win a Super Bowl MVP on you. And, yeah, so that's why I think that 22 was definitely his best, most complete season as being a full season, full-fledged MVP quarterback. But with Mahomes, man, it's not all about talent with him. Things that come to mind when I think of Mahomes, I think leadership, I think pettiness, I think athleticism, because the secret sauce to his whole game is his ability to run. It's what sets him apart from everybody else. Now, everybody can run and throw and do all of that too, but with Mahomes, without his scrambling ability, he wouldn't be Mahomes at all. His toughness. And my favorite trait of his competitiveness. I love all those characteristics about him, but to me, the competitiveness is my favorite one because it aligns him with Jordan and Tom Brady. And I think he's got it honest in that tier of athlete with being crazy, super competitive. Not only in football, but with everything. Patrick got it. But like I said earlier in this segment, I'm not going to look at football the same after this era with Patrick Mahomes at all. Before, we always thought that the Chiefs were a Super Bowl contender, even though if the national media wasn't saying we were. Back when you had, a Matt Castle or a Gerback or, whoever, take your pick. Now, I understand. Now knowing what a franchise quarterback feels like, I completely get it and completely understand because I feel like we're going to win every single game and we're not out of any game, including Super Bowl 59. That's how I truly feel when you got Patrick Mahomes on your team. So we truly know what a franchise quarterback is. We didn't have one before him since Lynn Dawson. Like 95% of the Chiefs fan base wasn't even born to see Lynn Dawson play. And through all the quarterback hell and purgatory that the Chiefs have been through, to get the gift of Patrick LaVon Mahomes second. What date was that? Was that April 27th? I think I got that right. April 27th, 2017. He's the gift that keeps on giving. And in Chiefs Kingdom, we deserve it. But cherish these next few years, y'all. I got to keep it real. 30 years old, you're not a spring chicken no more. We only have so many years left in Mahomes' career. And Tom Brady has redefined how we perceive how many years that NFL players, specifically NFL quarterbacks, can play and be good. Because he redefined it. A lot of people think that Patrick Mahomes is going to play till he's 44, 45, or whatever. I doubt it. Especially with the way that he loves his family, talks about his family, and his kids, specifically his kids. I don't see Mahomes playing well into his 40s. I don't see that. Now, could the competitiveness in him get him to play maybe into his early 40s? Maybe. But the difference between Mahomes and Brady, Brady wasn't taking all these hits. Brady wasn't running the ball like Mahomes. Brady preserved his body a little bit better than Mahomes. Now, it's a part of Mahomes' game, and it's what he does. But you ain't gonna play till 44 with the way that Patrick currently plays. He ain't gonna make it that long, y'all. So just enjoy the years that we have with Patrick LaVon Mahomes as our quarterback, because I'm going to tell you this. There will probably be a sense of urgency, and I need y'all to listen to me very clear. It's going to be a sense of urgency with the Chiefs organization for these next several years with opportunities. Whether that's going overseas and going out of the country to play football, whether that's taking certain brand endorsements, that could also include taking the opportunity to build a brand new $2, $3, $4 billion dome in Kansas. Especially if the city of Kansas City, Missouri don't handle their business with the stadium situation. Because Clark Hunt knows that he only has so many years left with this quarterback. So, and to have him on your team and to have the hope of winning, it can give you a lot of leverage and a lot of pull, especially in this city.